What's up, y'all? We are back. We are here for the challenge episode 5. I'm intrigued. I want to see something good. I want to see, because I feel like these episodes have gotten a little lackluster. Some of y'all don't like the fact that I say that, but guess what? I don't care. That's my opinion. But if you do, go ahead and like what I have to say, or if you like what I'm doing. Thumbs up this video right now. Drop a comment. Let me know what's up. Let me know where you at. Let me know how you're feeling and what you're looking forward to with the season and the episode. And subscribe if you haven't already, but we're gonna jump right on into this real quick. So we returned from the elimination. As we all know, Amber and Huey had won. Cory and Michele had left. Michele had actually left Emmanuel with a love letter. He's in there reading that. Tori's in there with him, and Tori's asking him if he told her that he loved her and whatnot. And she's basically coddling him, trying to be that comfort for him. But in her confessional interviews, the producers are asking her like, what's up with you and him? And she's like, I don't see them lasting, basically, aka she's saying he's cute, whatnot. Which I was like, it kind of makes sense because Emmanuel very much looks like Jordan, who is her ex-fiance. So, I mean, in a way, it kind of makes sense. And I already see they're foreshadowing that, so that's what's to come. And then we got Nany. Nany's checking in with Gabo since she has now been stolen from him by Huey. Just making sure that he's good and whatnot because he now is in a rookie pair with Emmy, which, as we all know, rookie pairs are easy targets for the vets. And basically, he's saying like he's nervous, obviously, because he's stuck with her and they're in that rookie pair, so there's this big target on them. And Nany's like, yeah, I mean, I understand that. You should, in a way, you should be worried, but I'm going to try my best to look out for you. And he's saying he wants to win the money to support his family, but most importantly, he wants to buy cars and go party. That's what you want to do with $1 million? People's heads is not in the right spot. If I was to win $1 million, I would be trying to invest, but that's just me. But then we got Josh and Amber. They're talking about the whole situation with Fessy. Josh is letting her know that he's looking out for her. And she feels like she's at the bottom. She's like, man, like that's why I don't feel like working with y'all, because every single time I work with y'all, even though it's only been one, every single time I work with y'all, I feel like I'm at the bottom. And that's the truth. I mean, like, Amber, wake up. Like, Josh is on your side at this moment in time, but Kaycee and Fessy, they don't got you. They stay talking shit about you. But he's basically trying to reassure her. And while this is happening, Fessy is now talking to Tori, Kaycee, and Aneesa. And they're all talking about Amber as well. He's saying basically he had to do what he had to do, and he don't understand why Josh is mad, because if you're supposed to be my boy, why are you worried about her when she's coming for me? Amber wasn't coming for him in that moment in time. Obviously, she eventually will, but she's not thinking about you right now. So it's like, what's the point in you coming for her? Especially from Josh's perspective. Damn, like I'm like agreeing with Josh at this point. And I don't like Josh, but I don't like Fessy either. But Josh is right in this moment. Like, from a vet standpoint, you need Amber's vote. Like, why are you trying to get her out? And Kaycee's and Nany are sitting there saying like, he did what was best for his game, yada yada yada. No, you didn't. You do that later on in the game. Like, vets, like, y'all are running this thing. You just trying to knock off numbers? Like, that's stupid. But Kaycee's talking shit and just being a hater. You can tell she don't like Amber, and it's weird. But Logan and Big T, we get a scene of them. He's teaching her how to wrestle. She's flirting, and she's really liking him, and he likes her personality. He likes being around her. Aneesa's talking about how all the couples in the house, like, you look everywhere and you see a couple. She's jealous. She wants some of that. Then we get Nani and Huey, and they're basically talking about how they're excited to work together. Nani's a good partner. That's one thing I can say. She's got this great spirit about her when she's working with people. She's very uplifting, and that's what Huey likes, and that's what he needs, because he said he feels like with Ashley, he didn't really get a chance to kind of adapt to her style because Ashley's so in your face. But I think they're going to do well together. And then we get a scene of Emmy and Gabo. They're both depressed because they now know they're in that rookie pair, which is an easy target for them. And then we head into the mission called Minefield, where they're basically going through this obstacle course to get puzzles, and once they get them together, they decode another bomb. What's the deal with the bombs? But I did that good, y'all. Look, I done got pro with this because the show is back. So I'll see y'all in a minute. Oh, bruh, Aneesa. Like, she never, she's her own, she is literally her own worst nightmare. Like, how many times, we'll get to it. So we get back and they all just start the challenge. And they're crawling through this mud. It's the girls on one side, the guys on one side. Standouts easily. Berna is murdering these girls. Like, she's a good probably 20 yards, 30 yards ahead of these girls. Like, she's killing them, and as is Emmanuel. Emmanuel's on the other side with the dudes, just beasting that shit. Like, they both are not playing games. And Emmanuel and Kaycee and Berna and CT were the first to get 3 of their 6 puzzles. That's the one thing I noticed. Just the way they were editing it, though, it was just boringly edited, and it was just not much to it, truthfully. But we get to the point where Berna and CT were the first to get to the get all their puzzles and get to the math problem. So once they get to the math problem, they have to basically decode that, because that's what's going to get them to decode the bomb and get the bomb to go off. So Berna gets there and she's like she always does, talking about how she's from the circus and she does not know math. And CT's like, I guess she went to school for circus and then went to school for math, but she didn't know what she was doing, as did a lot of them. Like, a lot of this cast, as Devin said, like at least 1/3 of the cast did not know shit about math. Me, I hate math. I've never liked math growing up. Never. But the equation that they had on there, I could have done that. Like, I don't understand what's so difficult about it. But then again, they were just running back and forth. So I do know that when you run for a long period of time, your brain can get a little bit foggy. But that math problem was not that damn hard. It did not look that hard. But we get to Aneesa, and she's still trying to get to the problem, and Logan's basically talking before we get to Aneesa, Logan's basically talking about he wants to win this for her, and basically he don't like to lose, and he wants to win. Then we get Aneesa, and Aneesa's coming over the wall that they have to keep climbing over to get to the puzzles and whatnot. And she just comes down so carefree and just so carelessly. Like, it's just like, I hope nobody takes offense to this, but Aneesa, you're not 10 pounds. Like, you can't just be throwing your body so carelessly. Like, when you jump down, you need to be feet first, planted right down underneath you. Your legs need to be above you. Your knees need to be in line with your legs. And you need to be ready to brace yourself for your landing. And she didn't do that at all. She ends up falling. She dislocates her left shoulder. And I'm holding my right shoulder, but she dislocates her left shoulder. And now we're about to see what's about to happen. Aneesa is basically being dealt with by the medic team, and she's sitting there and she's saying, like, give me an IV, give me a pill, give me something, just get it back in place and let me keep going. They're like, nah, we gotta take you to the hospital. So she gets off to the hospital, and we ended up finishing the challenge. Not much to talk about from the rest in terms of that. Like, Berna and CT, Emmanuel and Kaycee, yeah, those two were the 2 teams that were like right up there at the top. So Berna and CT win, which I'm very happy about that. I like both of them. It's a different change of pace in terms of power, because you got a rookie with power now that is not necessarily connected with a vet that's in the biggest portion of the vet alliance. CT is kind of a free agent in a way. Like, he's the only like real OG besides Aneesa left in the game. And he's not necessarily super intertwined with Big Brother Alliance, aka Fessy, Kaycee, and Nany, and Josh, and all them. So I'm interested in seeing where this is going to go, especially with Berna being in there as well. She's more so on the rookie end. And most of them are happy about it, especially Nelson, obviously, because he's fooling around with Berna and he knows that he's good. Emmy is flipping out yet again, like she does after every single one of these missions that she loses. And she starts taking it out on Gabo, saying, like, you should have been quicker, whatnot. Like I said, she's very irritating to me. She's like a little kid that is just not getting their way, and when they don't get their way, they just flip out, and that's just what she's doing. But Devin's basically talking about how, like, they're literally the worst partnership in history. Like, they're not gonna get it together. Like, and in a way, it's making me think, like, is Devin gonna try and not even try and vote them in because he already knows that that's an easy win for him? Let them 2 get to the end. That's an easy win for you, which I think is smart. Like, that would be what I would do if I was playing the game. I'm gonna keep the people around that are not working well together, can't perform, to make it easier for myself. So we'll see what happens with that point. But CT is basically pep talking her and telling her, like, bruh, get it together. Like, you have one bad day. Like, get it the fuck together. Like, and she gets pepped up and she's excited and she's now back to normal. Which is not that much. Like, can't really say she's normal. Like, her normal is not even normal. But we get back to the house. Josh and Logan, they're basically talking about Aneesa and her injury. Logan's worried because he's now like a lone rookie, and it's like he doesn't have Aneesa to shield that rookie vet situation. He's like a lone rookie, so anybody can just throw him in just because he don't have a partner. And Josh is reassuring him that, like, nah, we still got the rookie team in the game. And that's what people are really going to go for, is the rookie team, as we've seen. But he's also worried, considering the fact that he's not in with Kaycee and Fessy good right now due to Amber. So we're trying to see what's about to happen from here. It's getting unbearable right now. It's really getting crazy. So Aneesa returns to the house crying yet again because she is DQ'd, like I said she would be, because she dislocated her shoulder. And she's sitting there crying, and Tori's crying, and they're all, oh, and Aneesa, don't feel bad, just walk out with your head held high. And she's like, if you think a dislocated shoulder is gonna stop me, you're sorely mistaken. Aneesa, give it up. Give it up. Like, how many times has she been injured on these shows in the past, like, what, 5 years? Like, let me just go down the line. Champs versus, I think it was Stars or Pros. One, actually, both of them, maybe. She got injured on, shit. Did she get injured on Vendettas? I think. She got injured on, shit. She got injured last season, too, didn't she? She either got injured. She got injured too many times for me to count. Put it that way. Put it that way. This is the third one. And this is just, like I said, I hope nobody takes this as me like body shaming or calling her fat or whatnot. But your physical health has a lot to do with your injury. If you're not physically fit, if you're very top heavy, it's kind of hard for you to control your body and your range of motion. You need to be training, getting into this, because you know you're going to be throwing your body all over the place. And that's literally what she did. She threw her body and she ended up throwing her body on her arm and dislocating her arm. You got to get in the gym, Aneesa. Nobody wants to see you back on here doing this shit over and over again. Yes, you are very good in puzzles. But there's a physicality to it as well. And if you can't get your body right, like fit to where you're okay and you're not going to be injured like this, you don't need to come. Like, you don't need to come. Like, the whole charade of you just, this is my 15th season and I'm still trying to get my win. Like, it's old now. Nobody wants to see it anymore. Like, at this point, I'm ready for her to retire, truthfully. Because I'm tired of seeing it. Like, it's really irritating. But anyways, that's a lot of talking about her. But we get on to them going to the club, and Emmy's basically ready to get rid of Gabo. Gabo's ready to get rid of her. And he's talking to Nany and saying, like, he wants to get in and go get his win and get Nany back. Like, he wants to go in, win, and grab Nany back to get rid of Emmy. And she's like, yeah, I would be happy with you picking me. Like, Nany, like I said, Nany, she's a very good partner, which I can see why people want to actually work with her. But yeah, and then Devin's talking to Logan and basically tells him, like, kind of blindly is trying to manipulate him into going in. And he's like, I want you to go in so you can get you a strong partner. And Logan's like, yeah, I want to go in. So Devin's like, my job is done, like, whatever. And he takes that back to Kyle and CT, and it's basically like, these rookies are literally doing our job for us, and this is pretty much a cakewalk. Like, they're going in with no skull twist and no real reason to go in. Like, you don't have to go in. You can just literally skate to the end. But they're like, these rookies are doing our jobs for us, and pat on the back, which is why I'm so irritated, because I'm like, it's a steamroll. Like, this shit is not even entertaining anymore. It's just like, what? We got to get some better rookies on here that are not easily manipulated. Like, all the rookies that I really care to see are gone. We got to stop bringing these people on that have never seen the show before. Because if they've never seen the show before, it's easy to manipulate them. Bring on people that have. And at this point, the clout chasers, the ones that have been campaigning to get on the show, put them on the show. I don't care at this point. Put them on the show, because maybe they'll do something different. That's where I'm at with it. So we get back from the club, and Big T and Logan are finally getting it on. Like, they in the bed, and she's talking about something good with his hands. I'm like, why did you have to air that? And she said the same thing. Can we scratch that? Like, but they basically having a little moment. Kyle the next morning is asking him, so like, what's the deal? Y'all in a relationship now? What's the deal? Big T's like playing coy, like, it ain't none of your business. Like, and then walks away. But then we get Kaycee and Josh. And damn it, man, I told you I don't like him. I don't like Josh at all. But these two, Kaycee and Fessy, are making me want to root for Josh this season. Like, he's in the right in this. Like, Kaycee and Fessy are just shady as fuck. They're trifling, and they just move so foul in this house. And, like, they're treating him stupid, too. Like, And he's basically addressing it like, y'all supposed to be my riders in this game. Like, I came into this game with y'all, like, and y'all out here trying to shun me because I'm here for Amber. Like, Amber was my partner, and she's also a part of Big Brother, which is a number for us. And he's right. Like, why are y'all being so stupid and petty? Y'all just mad because she whooped y'all's asses in that final last season. That's what it all comes down to, truthfully. And Josh, like I said, Josh was calling him out and saying what he needed to say, and I was rooting for him. You got me on 4K. It ain't 4K, but it's 1080p. You got me on that shit saying I was rooting for Josh, because damn it, I was. Like, I'm looking forward to what happens in the future. If you know, you know. Fessy, if you know, you know. And I know you know. But anyway, we get to the nominations, and they're basically sitting there, and CT and Berna's like, okay, so we hear Gabo wants to go in, we hear Logan wants to go in. So, like, I'm going to tell you now, like, if that's what you want to do, Logan, we can throw you in. Logan's like, nah, I don't want y'all to throw me in. I don't want to be the house vote, because you could end up switching your vote and not giving me Gabo like I want, which is smart. And CT is like, nah, I'm voting Gabo. And he said that in front of all of them. Like, that's what it is. And they're basically going back and forth. Berna saying the same thing. Like, yeah, we're not going to change our vote. We're not going to flip. And I believe both of them too. But then Fessy jumps in, running his mouth, trying to act like he's somebody. And it's basically saying, like, CT plays a very fair game. He said, and just pretty much put it in front of everybody on Jump Street, like, I'm voting for Gabo, and if he does anything otherwise, that makes his game look shady. And he's like, I feel like everybody in here has been playing a very straightforward game. And mind you, he's standing next to Amber. Like, they're in this thing, and they're standing next to each other. And when he says, I feel like everybody's playing a clean game, Amber looks at him and goes, oh, really? Really? She was checking him. I'm like, thank you, Amber. Like, finally. I like this version of Amber that we're seeing. She's like, she's speaking up for herself now. And it's a nice touch, Amber. It's a nice touch. Continue to do that. I want you to get buck, but I don't want you to keep crying after the fact. Get buck, puff your chest out, and let them know you're not fucking with me. Like, I'm here. I won. I did what y'all haven't done. Like, puff your chest out and let them know you're not to be fucked with. But then we get Huey and Gabo, and they're sitting there arguing and whatnot. They're pretty much sitting there arguing over Nany, and Nany's like, what's going on? I ain't never had people basically fighting over me to be their partner, because, you know, normally she's like looked at as a layup because she can't win eliminations. And Cory had me laughing the whole time. Cory was sitting in the corner next to Huey, just laughing his ass off, because that's literally what I would be doing. But they sitting there arguing back and forth. But yeah, that shit was funny. It was funny as fuck to me. And before we get to the rest of that, I did have to mention Gabo, when he and Huey was sitting there arguing, he goes, sit your ass down. And his accent was funny because the way he said it, he said, like, sit your ass down. And the way he said it was so funny. And then Esther's in her confessional saying, like, Huey, you doing too much. He's dramatic. Sit your ass down. And it was just the combination of both of their accents saying it like that had me weak. But basically, Aneesa and Logan are compromised, a.k.a. just Logan, because Aneesa is no longer in the competition. So he's like, okay, well, it's time for me to go down here and get what I need to get done. And then we get Priscilla and Big T. They're basically talking about how Big T is just basically nervous about Logan going home, and basically her seeing him get compromised pretty much solidified the fact that she really does like him, because she was feeling the type of way, like, what if he does go home? And if he does go home, she's going to be sad about it. But then we get to the elimination, and it ends up being Logan and Gabo. And then CT's doing this fake, not CT, TJ is doing this fake out, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a fake out. We don't know yet, but we're about to see. Basically saying, like, I never said that it wasn't going to be a girls' elimination either, if, just because Aneesa's gone. He's trying to fake him out, and you know how they do the dramatic shit. I don't think there's going to be a women's elimination. Because why would it be? Because, like, when, who got disqualified? Somebody got disqualified earlier in the season. And it was just a guy's, whoa, who was it? Who was it that got disqualified? Somebody got disqualified, and Jeremiah was in the elimination, and I think it was Ed that was in the elimination as well. But they didn't compete. It was just a girls' elimination, but it was the elimination with Tacha and Berna. But whatever, we about to see. So if y'all do like what I got going on, I'm gonna be a lot more detailed with this show that I'm Dancing with the Stars. Is they just released their cast, and I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna review it. That's one of my guilty pleasures. I love that show. I watch that show. That's the show that I watch with my mom. Like with my dad, me and my dad watch a lot of sports. That's where we have our connection. And me and my mom. My mom's been watching Dancing with the Stars since it started. I started watching it with her when I was 8 just to have something to watch with her. And that's just one of my shows I like to watch. Like I know what is needed on that show. I know what should look right on that show. And me and my friend are going to review the show. So that's coming in a couple weeks. If you do want to watch that, let me know. But I will be doing that. So look out for that. And like I said, if you haven't already, thumbs up this video. Drop a comment down below. Tell me what you want to see me react to as well, or just do in general. Like, I think I'm gonna do another cooking video. I do have a new recipe that I want to actually get out. It's some ranch chicken wings that I made. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. But yeah, I'm just trying to get some content out here because I'm struggling at this moment trying to figure something out. And especially with some of these shows that aren't currently airing right now. One More Chance is coming soon, as well as Power Goes 2. They just finished wrapping filming, so that's on the lookout as well. But yeah, let me know what you want from me as well. We're about to get back into this review. So as I said, that fake out was a fake out. Like, no girls is going in the elimination. So they gave me the elimination, and the elimination is basically it's got these long ropes with a puzzle up at the top. They got to climb up to the rope, memorize the puzzle, come back down, put the puzzle pieces together as they see it on the answer key, and basically whoever does that quickest wins. So, I mean, basically, it's just not much to really talk about. They're going up and down. Logan gets his puzzles down and gets whatever he had done first. He buzzes in. He gets it wrong. Gabo is basically, his arms and his muscles are starting to come into effect. He's not tired. Logan is tired going up and down the rope. But Gabo is not getting anything done. So, it's like, it's a give or take. But at this point, I'm about to give Logan the win. Gabo, he's not all the way there. And no matter how quickly you can get up the rope, if you can't remember what's on the answer key and put it back down on the puzzle, you're not going to win. Logan's got him in there. So I'm seeing Logan winning. We're about to see. All right, as I said, Logan won. But Gabo, he came back a little bit. He did a little bit of something. Logan got to the point where he was so tired of going up, he just started moving pieces around so he got it right. But he went up there one last time, came back down, got it right, and won. So Gabo ends up going home. Everybody's sad to see him go home. You can tell he's a very liked guy in the house. But yeah, Logan wins, and Logan steals Nany. Nany she's beaming, and you can tell she's just excited because she's not used to being this wanted in the game as a partner. These rookies love them some Nany. Like, they want her. But yeah, so she's partnered up with Logan. Emmy is now with Huey. And that's what we got going into next week. Next week looks like we could possibly have something good. I ain't gonna hype it up because it's like you never know. Because producers literally can ruin a show by not showing what needs to be shown. Like, I feel like the trailer was so much better than what they've been airing. But next week we got Fessy versus Josh, and we got Esther versus Amber. She's throwing drinks in Amber's face, and Amber, I like Esther, but if you throw a drink in my face, I gotta put hands on you. So Amber, you better do something. You better not sit there and cry. But that's what we got headed for next week. Thumbs up this video again. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Just let me know what you think. I know some of y'all will, regardless if you like what I'm saying or not. You should know me now. You should know me by now to know that I don't care if you don't like my opinion. But if you don't like it, drop it down below. If you got to thumbs it down, thumbs it down. Do whatever pleases you, but thumbsing up the video does good for me. But I will talk to y'all later. Peace.